Hello everybody and welcome to Pravus Gaming. Let's play some more Evil Bank Manager. We released a video on this last week, a Let's Try video that was sponsored by Hamsters Gaming, and it did very well. People seemed excited about the game and I saw a lot of comments asking for a series. So, Hamsters Gaming has graciously agreed to extend their sponsorship to include a small series. So this is still a sponsored video, but I am excited. Let's go ahead and start up a new game. Choosing a nation, last time we did France, and that worked out pretty well to get some influence. Influence is a very important resource that's hard to generate. But I think this time around we are going to go for the capitalists of Austria. And one of the main reasons I want to do that is the development of the Federal Reserve costs 20% less resources. Now that I know how much it costs to set up the Federal Reserve, this in the long term could end up being a very profitable starting, well, not host nation, but I guess culture? Something like that. Let's play on hard difficulty because I do like to ramp things up, and I think I can handle it. There are two things that I'm really passionate about in this world: strategy gaming and personal finance / investments. Which means this game seems about perfect for me. I like the idea of taking capital, make it work for me. Now, we don't need a tutorial. Come on. You even know who I am. Well, let's tell you who I am. I am, of course, the Bank of Pravus. Let's go ahead and get that started. Now, we need to hire up some employees to start. I think this time around I will also hire an espionage guy on top of credits and investments, because turns out generating a lot of influence early on can be a little difficult, and having a good staff member is very helpful. That's not good enough. Find someone new. 5522, 5, 6. All right, 6 is barely acceptable for me in the early game. Obviously, we will find far better experts later in the game, stacking up to, I don't know, the highest I think I've seen is 18. But early in the game, 6 is acceptable, and I don't want to spend a ton of money trying to find somebody. Let's see, 5, 8. There's a good diplomat. We'll pick you up and move you under espionage. Martin Wood, Norman Waller. Now I just need a good creditor. Nope. Yeah, okay. 6 is good enough for me, and if we ever have to, we can move him over to guard duty. Charles Humans. I will assume that is how I pronounce your name. Perfect. Now we have to open up in a new country. Where should I go? Well, the Papal State is what we did last time. That was pretty good. What about, like, Navarra? Not the best stats. Brittany. Could Brittany be good? 1920-18. That's not bad. I kind of like the idea of starting up in Brittany and then eventually eating up pieces of France. Sure, let's go ahead and open a bank of Brittany. Perfect. Other contenders might have been like Ireland. I would like to start in Nevers, but it's a little bit too expensive. But considering Nevers seems to always beat the crud out of France in this game, that would have been funny. Oh well. So, let's move on to the next turn since there is nothing to buy until turn 1 begins. Now that we are in a country, let's go back to the capital and invest in some property. We have a fur manufacturing works to start off. That is acceptable. Generating luxury resources that I can sell is not bad at all. And we can loan off some money to the government of Brittany at 6.7% interest. Not bad. And only an 18.5% chance of them defaulting. And even if they do default, I should be able to send my guards to go and seize some sort of property. That seems easy enough. Fear generation is not something I think I've ever had trouble with in this game. I will set my diplomats to automatically negotiate with Brittany whenever we have enough influence. Let's keep that respect nice and high. And maybe I will have them declare war on France, if I can generate enough weapons. I do think that the military-industrial complex is by a long shot the best way of playing the game. Sure, more furs, I'll take that. Military-industrial complex easily has the best potential as far as profit margins, taking wood and iron, turning it into weapons, and selling it during wartime. This loan's really good, 5.9%, 3 turns, generating 7.9% profit per turn. I like that a lot. Let's go ahead and upgrade that one. Or purchase that one, whatever, you know what I mean. Next turn, invest in some more property. I can't quite afford this cottage. Much as I do like the idea of getting some gold production, real estate is probably not going to be as good for me in this turn as my luxury resources, generating 144 furs every turn. Let's see, currently each one of those is selling for 10 gold. Not bad. So that should mean that I'm generating... I've already forgotten how much I was producing. Hang on. 144. So really 1,440 gold per turn out of this right now. I don't think that the cottage can beat that. Not in this current stage. So let's go ahead and sell the furs. Obviously, the price does drop over the course of the game, but for now, it's a pretty sizable windfall. Actually, I would love to pick up both. Is there something else I can sell? Didn't we buy a second manufacturing work? So I guess what it did is it actually just stacked the two of them together, which is interesting. That does save me some object space, which I like. Huh. I'll have to pay attention to that in the future and see if that continues. Because if I can stack, let's say, houses or other manufactories together in a single province to save some space, that's not bad. Next turn, what are we going to find? We have another fur-bearing animal farm. So, yeah, let's actually just take a look at this. So, we are producing 150 now. It appears to have gone up in value a little bit. Worth 15,000 currently. So, if I buy the next farm, if I go to luxuries, indeed, it has stacked the two of them together. So, now we are getting 196 furs per turn. I wanted some wood and iron production, but worse come to worse, selling off a lot of animal furs seems to be a pretty profitable start. I'll pick that up absolutely. Can we get any more loans? No, not yet. Looks like I'm making 1,486 gold in profit from this loan, which should be finishing up as of next turn. That's a bit of extra cash. Except they actually did not pay me back, which means I can go and send the guards to seize the property. We can get a fur-bearing animal farm again. All right, sure. Why not? Let's take it. Absolutely. Come on, I need some wood. More cottages. I mean, it seems good, but now the only way to actually raise enough capital to buy that would be to sell my entire fur manufacturing works, which I just don't see as a very good option. So we'll have to pass on that. But man, we are rolling in the furs. Oh, good. Now I can buy something, a house. Okay. So this house should be generating me, it says 620 gold per year. I have a sneaking suspicion that this is actually per turn, because right here it says profit per turn is 620. And actually, now I'm kind of wondering if the houses are good enough that that would have been better than the furs. Maybe I miscalculated how that works. I have no idea where the math is as far as how much gold a house will generate, but I'm sort of starting to wonder if that house would have been better than the furs after all. Well, that's interesting. Anyway, if we pay attention to our gold here, though, our costs are 200, our profit will be 600. I'll bet you we see this go up to about 2,200 as of next turn. And sure enough. So yeah, it is not per year. Otherwise, real estate would not be very good at all. The profit per turn here is what you want to look at, and that is actually pretty reasonable. We could loan out some more money. Reasonable chance of default, but I think we can handle it. Probably will not be able to buy anything else, right? No, a farm. I've had problems with farms. In some test games that I've done, it doesn't so always generate the agriculture the way I would expect it to, and I'm not sure why. Because if you sow the seeds, which should happen automatically, then the next spring or autumn, you should get some crops which you sell like everything else. And yet, for some reason, there have been games where I've gotten 0 crops coming through, and I have yet to figure out why that would be the case. Do I want to buy it anyway? Let's buy it anyway and sort of see what happens. If worse come to worse, I'll be able to sell it, hopefully at a pretty sizable profit. Let's find out for sure. Any more property that I want to invest in? I definitely prefer... there we go, an iron mine. Absolutely. Let's start producing some weapons. In fact, let's go to the weapons right now and start assigning my workers to create something. Now, the only difference in cost between the halberd and the sword up front is the amount of iron, but it costs the same amount of work. Work is a finite resource that generates every turn based on the level of your armory, so it seems to me that it might be better to always be making halberds. There might be cases where swords are technically a higher profit margin than the halberds. Probably, I don't know for sure. But in the meantime, let's just go ahead and do this and preserve as much work as possible, and if we're lucky, we'll find ourselves flushed with wood and iron, and I'll be glad that I was saving that much work to begin with. So, farms, they should have sown something. Price per sowing is 51. Should produce 170 grain. It says per year. Again, I don't know if that's per year or per season, spring/autumn. I don't think we technically sowed the crops in autumn, so we'll have to wait until the next autumn. Plant in spring, harvest in autumn. Let's see if that actually does work. Can I lend out any more money? I can, but then I wouldn't have enough to pay my own expenses. Let's sell some goods first. It's actually recommending I open in a new country, which sounds great and all, but... Oh, this is a very good loan. 7.6% profit per turn with no chance of defaulting? Yeah, I'll take that. That's a great deal. All right, new investments. Another land allotment. I'll do it, though I'm a little concerned that that may reset the whole sowing, and that might get very confusing. I guess we'll find out in a little bit, though. More property? Yeah, sure, we'll add on to the iron mine. That seems great. Sell some more civilian goods. Plenty of furs to go around. Any more loans? Nope, not yet. Next turn. Up to 8,000 now. We can get some more iron. Just a tiny little bit, but I know that it's all adding on to my industry. So, sure, anything to make it slightly better seems good. So the farms. 63 there now. Have we got any agriculture? Not yet. And this is what I'm getting concerned about. Maybe we don't actually get any for some reason. Can I make any more loans? Yes. That's a pretty high chance of a loan default, but let's sort of see what happens there. War began somewhere around Persia. Don't really think that I care too much there. Espionage? We're looking pretty good with Brittany right now. If I had enough weapons, I happily would decide to attack France. As is, I don't have enough gold or weapons to justify such a bold attack. All right. 9,000 gold there. A small house to add on to our other house. Sure, why not? Now making 662 gold per turn. Have we produced any goods yet? No. This is what I'm concerned about. Is something bugged there? It's now spring. And sure enough, we have 0 agriculture. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the farms. I'm a little concerned that they may be bugged. I know that the game is currently going through some patches and is being updated. In fact, the developer tells me that there is a new science feature that will be added to the game relatively soon. That may or may not get captured in this series. I will try to spotlight it if I can. But in the process, we may have accidentally broken farms, which is very unfortunate. I'm going to go ahead and sell it then and just go ahead and get my money back because why invest in something that is actively not working? So we'll just have to pass on buying all farms right now. Another tiny house? Means very little to me right now, but okay. Let's go to the map real quick, and I want to take a look at Brittany. So, if I look at the details here, there are still 4,500 gold worth of available investments allowed. So, we're kind of getting capped out on these guys relatively soon. We are rapidly getting to the point where I should, in fact, tell them to attack France. Now, France, it appears, is currently fighting Navarra. I don't really need France to lose this war. I gain nothing from it, really. How many weapons do I think that I have? I have 196 specifically. I'm going to go ahead and sell the furs before the price drops. Now we make 24,000 gold. I could certainly invest a bit of that toward winning against France. Any investments I can make? Another land allotment that I don't really trust. So this will give me some idea how much power France actually has, though. About 5,000 in terms of army cost. I should be able to get Brittany to win this. So let's go talk to Brittany and tell them to suicide themselves against France. I absolutely will protect them, no doubt, right? Actually, before I should do this, I should make sure that I'm choosing a good, strong province. They're probably all pretty good. So Normandy, for example, is worth 10, 15, 11. Max investments of 30,000 is okay. Loire and Guyenne is what I'm looking for next. Loire. 10, 16, 13. I do like that industry stat. And it is better than Normandy, so that seems just straight up objectively better. And Guyenne is worse. So we want to attack for Loire. That's what we are going for. Okay. Okay. Brittany, I have a proposal for you. If I bribe you heavily, will you attack your neighbor France? Yes, you will. Good. I shall also sell you the weapons you shall need to certainly destroy them all, and invest a good chunk of gold, 3,800. Ba-boom. I get a logger's hut. Excellent. Now I can produce even more weapons. Boom. So Brittany should win this as long as no other competing banks decide to bankroll France, who currently has nobody invested in them directly. So I don't think it is likely that any other banks will be getting involved in this war. But that works for me. All right. Moving on into the next turn. The minimum level of bankage is increasing rapidly. That's to be expected. I've never yet seen any banks get ruled out by the whole increasing value. It seems like everyone is able to outpace that pretty substantially. I'm currently in last place in the game, but am I worried about it? Not a chance. It is all about that snowball, man, and as long as I keep buying some good properties, we'll be fine. There is no more available property in Brittany, unfortunately, but that is why we are going to war, so that's fortunate. Any more loans that we desire to make? None that we can make at the moment. Unfortunate. How about weapons? Let's see. I don't actually have any wood yet. We have to wait till next turn. Fine. I'll wait. Still no property, I assume? No. That's just going to be that way for a while. Unfortunately, we are also producing no resources while we are at war. So these are automatically disabled. So I'm kind of stuck with what I've got at the moment, which is always a major downside of going to war, but it's the only way we're going to progress. So there we go. But we should win this next turn. And we have successfully taken over Loire from France. Huzzah! We even could attack Nevers if I so desire. Unfortunately, we now have a long cooldown before I can get Brittany to declare another war. 22 turns, specifically. That's fine, though. We'll just continue improving relations with them. I could try to do some growth in infrastructure of some sort. But let's not worry about that at the moment. Let's instead find another farm that I don't want. No. Forget that. Let's upgrade my headquarters. And what else should I do? Upgrade investments? Sure, let's improve my maximum investment capacity and also credits. Also espionage. I do like being able to have another diplomat getting me more influence. And you know what? While we have it, let's just go ahead and get the armory and the guard department upgraded. Again, I'm not really worried about it, but it's fine. We will make some crossbows, I think. A few extra weapons that I shall be able to sell. And can I make a loan to you? Yes. Not the best profit margins, but not the worst. Improved department espionage, she says. Well, when I get into a second country, then yes, I think it will be worthwhile getting another diplomat. Until then, probably not a big deal right now. We have a war beginning immediately between France and Brittany yet again. They are not happy that I took that from them. Okay. Well, France, I think you're going to find this goes very badly for you. We're going to join the war on the side of Brittany and sell them some weapons. And then we're going to invest a princely sum of 12,000 gold to get a pretty good farm for a very cheap price. I will give the farm one more chance to produce some valuable crops after this war is done. If they don't, I'm just going to sell it and get like 5,000 extra gold as a profit. Seems reasonable enough to me. Any more weapons that we want to sell? This is a good time for me to go ahead and start making some good money out of war, since we have a long wait before I'm going to be able to declare another war. So, let's go ahead and make a handful more crossbows. Actually, let's just go ahead and do bows. I got plenty of work at the moment. Now, unfortunately, the exchange does not show you what the prices are. Well, does it? Hang on. No, you can't buy arms off of the exchange to then immediately sell to other countries. That would be a pretty good way of breaking the game. So, the only way to actually see which profit or which arm has the best profit would be to make one of each and then find out. I'm far too lazy to do that, so we're not going to worry about it. Instead, let's just go back to Brittany and sell them a fair bit more weapons. And France is like, this isn't fair. No one's making us any swords. Suckers. Winning wars. It is all about money. Little did you know. Let's go to the next turn immediately as well. Any more property? Yes? A small iron mine. Okay. Yeah, I'll take it. Another loan, very high chance of default over 3 turns, but maybe we get a discount property out of my guards. Shouldn't be a problem. Looks like England just ate Ireland and Scotland as well. England's being pretty aggressive this particular game. Well, that's fun. And, of course, Brittany did win, which means we get Massif Central, which is 11, 10, and 10. Okay. It's not the best, but I'll accept that nonetheless. Sell some civilian goods, make a bit more money, go to the capital. What do we find for investments? Some really good farmage. Well, it is summer, so autumn. Now we should start planting our crops. Okay, so that's done. If the farm does not produce anything, I'm absolutely getting rid of it. I really want the tree felling, though. That seems like something useful to me. Real estate, I kind of like the real estate so far. I don't want to get any of those gone. Do I sell the farm and say screw it? You know, I think I just say screw the... Let's not do any tests. Let's just get this out of here and go ahead and grab the tree felling. I would rather have the wood anyway. So why sit around waiting? Any more debts that I can do? None. Unless I hire some more staff. So let's go to the staffage and see if we can find an expert worth putting in credits. There's a really good guard, but I think I can get better as far as my loans are concerned. 7. You know what? I'll go ahead and hire you. You will go under espionage to get me extra influence. And then we'll see if we can... Oh, that's a really good investor. All right, I'll hire you, dump you in the investment department. And then 8 for credits. Wow, this all works well for me. Okay, so my costs have gone up quite a bit, but my proficiency as a bank should increase significantly. We can collect on a defaulted loan. Seems good. A house. I will take it. Loans to make. Good chance of defaulting. But again, that does translate into some cheaper provinces. And France immediately declares war again, you fool! Or did Brittany do it this time? I don't even know, but someone's being stupidly aggressive, and I am profiting marvelously off of this arrangement. Okay, well, let's go to the map, and let's make sure that Brittany does not lose this war. Sell weapons, all, and they're going to be fine. Let's invest a good chunk of money. Not too much, or I won't be able to pay my bills, but 18,000 seems reasonable. We get a really cheap fur manufactory. Yeah, we're rolling in furs. I mean, freaking heck, I should just go open a branch in Canada or something and just give them a run for their money. All right, back to the capital. So we don't have a lot of gold at the moment, but I can expand the furs even further and sell a lot more. How many furs are we freaking generating? Well, it's hard to say for sure because this one's disabled. That's my largest fur manufactory works. Because France declared on the province that does own most of the fur manufactories. So I'm actually not making a ton of money at the moment, but that's fine. Now, one thing I would like to see changed in this game, if the developers are interested in doing so, if you'll accept my humble critique, is I would like to see the ability to auto-produce 2 different types of weapons. I understand why they don't do that because I know later there are muskets and that does take gunpowder and iron. So you don't want to have like 2 different competing resources that are auto-producing. That would get confusing. But as far as I'm aware, wood is never used for anything else. So I'd like to not have to do here. I'd like to just keep my clickage down to a minimum, if that makes any sense. But oh well. Do we want to just go ahead and sell the weapons or wait for the next war? I say we just go ahead and sell the weapons and then invest even more gold. 5,000 seems good. We get a stonecutter's camp. Okay, that's another civilian resource that I can make use of next turn. So we're going to get the Seine, apparently. The Seine is 20. Yeah, let's just take Paris. Why the heck not? Let's just grab Paris. Brittany has been a fantastic starting choice for us. Far better than Battle Pope, who is still doing Battle Pope things. So I don't want to rag on him too hard. More loans. Yes, I think I will make a loan here, and I will save on the next one. Next turn. That was an immediate turnaround with some pretty good money. 6% is a great profit margin, so I'll pick that up. And are there any cheap investments I can make? Yeah, a land allotment that I don't trust. Oh, fine. Let's just test it, finally. It's autumn. We'll wait a little bit longer. More weapons. More money. Actually, at this point, I probably should just hold off on the weapons because it seems like people are declaring war so often that I should just hold on to it, right? Yeah, you know what? I think they're going to win this fight, no problem. So let's just be safe. What is this? Nevers and Savoy are fighting each other, but not Brittany. Just wanted to make sure, because it sure looked like that was a Brittany war, but no. That is Savoy's problem. Okay. Next turn. Well, this is a problem, though. Brittany and England are fighting each other. Well, now, that does seem like an opportunity for me to sell some more weapons and make sure Brittany takes even more land in England. We're going to take Wessex. Everyone thinks that they can just beat up on Brittany. You have no idea what you guys are talking about. That's a terrible idea for you. All right, 1.3%, very good chance of defaulting. Probably not even worth loaning that out at this point. I can sell some furs. We have 540. The price will go up a tiny bit next turn, so I think I'll just wait on that next turn. And we did get the Seine, so huzzah, even more stuff. Good lord. Now, unfortunately, we haven't been able to produce any more weapons because England attacked the province that was producing most of my materials, so that has been a problem for me. And we can't even invest any more... we can't even invest any more gold right now in Brittany. At least I don't think we can. But we should have some wood available, so let's go here and just make a bunch more bows, like so. Do I care to invest more in this war? I would like the cash, but I think I'll hold off. And the reason I'll hold off is because since they've been going to war so gosh dang often, let's make sure we have a stockpile. That would be very unfortunate, right? Okay. Anything I want to buy here? We can buy another fur manufactory, also a stonecutter's camp. This one would be in the Seine, which is not currently under attack, so that seems fine by me. Any more loans I want to hand out? 5.1%, 5.9%. I guess we'll take the 5.9, but that is all I'll be able to afford at the moment. We could sell some stone and some furs. I guess I'll hold off a turn. There we go. And another war begins between... This is insanity! Okay. Well, since France is just insisting on dying, heck, Brittany almost can beat them on their own at this point. But yeah, let's just sell them the weapons and guarantee it. Gosh dang, I'm going to be able to upgrade my headquarters way faster than usual at this point. Okay, so let's sell the stone and the furs. Stone prices seem relatively good. Fur is pretty good right now. Hey, we actually did manage to produce a little grain. Ooh! Okay, guys, we actually are producing grain. Now I feel a lot better about investing in property. But, of course, why not also just get even more furs? Furs seem good. I cannot afford any of these loans, much as I would like to, because my costs are too high. So we'll have to wait on that. Next turn. And it looks like Brittany gets part of Ireland instead. That's fun. Let's go to the capital. Do I want to produce any more weapons? Can I even produce any? Yes. I could use some extra cash right now. So I think I will just sell them some extra weapons. And the plus side of that is I also can invest a bit more gold. No, I can't. It is still 0. All right, well, never mind. I was hoping I'd be able to invest in some cheap properties, but that is not going to be a thing. So Normandy will be our next target, apparently. Gosh, dang, Brittany, go. This has been amazing for me so far. We could upgrade my headquarters once again, and we should. How are we doing as far as my relationship with Brittany? We could probably use a bit more influence. 7 turns until I can actually direct them to declare a war. So if I wanted to upgrade my espionage department, we get a little bit extra right now. That said, I also would get a cheaper upgrade if I wait till next turn, since I do produce some stone. Any investment opportunities? Quite a few, including a really good iron mine. Okay. That is the sort of thing that I would like to have. Could sell the farm, wouldn't get enough money. Could sell... Don't really want to sell the loggers. Could sell the stonecutters. No, I can't. Not until next turn. Could sell a house, though. Much as I like the profit per turn that I've been getting in straight-up cash, I think that getting the iron mine is just going to be better, because that is a lot of extra weapons, and weapons do have the highest profit potential. So let's move on to the next turn. Now, we're not actually producing any stone anymore, so I guess I could have just upgraded some stuff. Let's sell my furs, make a pretty good amount of money. Go to the armory, make some extra bows. I'm going to hold on to weapons for a moment. So in 1 turn, you should be fine, and you are going to win, so I don't feel the need to invest any extra weapons in you at the moment. England is probably going to attack me again later. At least that is the assumption that I would make. Let's go to the next turn. And we grab Normandy. Ba-boom! Look at Brittany go. Usually by now I would have to invest in another country to get enough regions to start upgrading my capital even further. But so far we haven't even had to bother with that because we're doing just frickin' fine. Look how many options there are for investment opportunities now. The Guild of Stonecutters. Loads of stone. Loads of gold from cottages. Like so many things that I would like to get. Unfortunately cannot afford at the moment. Let's go to the armory again. Make sure we are always producing all of our bows. Do I want to buy another fur manufactory since it's something I can afford, or do I want to sell something? Let's take a quick look-see. So I could sell... Wow, that's so much fur that I'm producing, though. 572 per turn. Real estate, I have nothing. Industry, I could sell the Stonecutters Camp, and that would allow me to get what? That would get me to about 14,000 gold. I could almost buy the cottage. I do have some furs to, and stuff to sell, so let's do that. I actually don't even need that much anymore. Wait a minute. Nope. Go to real estate. Luxury. I'm going to sell this fur-bearing animal farm. And that should give me enough to buy the cottage. I'm actually a little bit short on money. That could be game over if I don't pay attention to that. Could I sell some weapons to somebody? Probably. Let's go to the war. Do I care who wins a war? Just checking. Not really. I guess what I will do is sell some weapons to, I don't know, let's say Thuringia, and just mess over the Palatinate or something. On the side of the Thuringians, actually, I kind of want the Sali banking house to lose stuff. So no, you know what? I'm going to join the side of the Palatinate. I'm going to sell them some weapons and make sure that I have enough cash that I don't go bankrupt. It does not allow you to automatically sell some property to pay your costs. So if your gold is not there and your costs exceed that, you just lose the game straight out. You gotta always pay attention. But this seems like a good place to end this video. So Brittany has done quite well under our under our influence. We have bankrolled them to some rather aggressive expansion, but I'm happy with that. Thank you all very much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed. If so, then I ask that you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.